speaking with Mike Shaughnessy on his book, The Strategic Grandparent, Your Most Important and Fun Role Yet. And you mentioned the ripple effect. You know, what are you speaking about there in terms of the impact of a person or a grandparent or whatever it might be, and how it just spreads?
Yeah. Well, it ties into this idea of what if the most important thing you have to do is still in front of you. Another question, that a corollary for it is, and what if you never know before you die that you had it? Now, I get two different stories. So one is from a college student now that just graduated recently from the work that we do. And she tells the story of her grandmother was constantly passing on her faith, et cetera, and she, you know, on again, off again, churchgoer. And then she went off to college. Freshman year, let's do the party thing, free from, you know, all the restrictions, all my time's my own, et cetera, starts doing this, wandering off, you know, the map. And then her grandmother gets sick and dies. And she got in to see her, but her grandmother's passing had a huge effect on her. And she said, I'm living my life wrong. I got to find what grandma had. And she knew somebody who's involved in the Christian ministry that we were doing on campus, and she got involved with it. And her life is just totally turned around. Really, really wonderful gal. But if you would ask grandma on your deathbed, what is it the most important thing you've done? She might not say, I think it's now that I'm dying that this is going to have this effect. And you go, wow, that's a big effect. Or in my own case, I had a conversation with my grandfather when I was 9. And the question was, should I study a foreign language? And he was German, spoke German, and said, yes, absolutely, you should. Jawohl, he said. Sprich Deutsch. So I learned German. And I took it through high school, and I was about to drop it, and then they got a good teacher, and I kept on. And then I went to university and said, oh, I can get a double major with very little effort. So I did it and finished with a double major German theology. Then 15 years later, I'm doing youth work. I get sent to Europe, and I get sent to Germany to work with some of their kids. Okay, I'm over in Europe for 15 years. I come back. One of those kids that I knew when she was 5, grew up, was now in difficult circumstances, called me one day and said, Mike, I need to get away from the peer group that I'm in. Can I come and do a gap here in the U.S.? And I said, we'd be glad to have you. Just figure it out. We'll get you over here and we'll do it. She came, really got grounded in her faith, went back to Germany, got married. Her brother and his wife had fallen away completely from the church. She moves in the same apartment building and re-evangelizes them. You know, the new evangelization. You just go, okay, these guys had this foundation. So you look at this and you say, that's the ripple effect. That's the ripple. When I look at this and go, that was a conversation my grandfather had with me that got me to Germany, that got me into that relationship, that got her here, that got her to do this in her family. And her parents, friends of mine, grandparents, go, thank God for that. That's the ripple effect. Grandparents have huge ripple effects. And so if we can do the right thing, even if we don't know what it is, but you just do the right things, you will model something and it will have an effect.